Welcome back to the coverage of the Italian Open 2025 live from Rome. We have been witnessing a lot of different decks clashing against each other to come out on top and try to strive for victory and becoming the first champion of the year. But here we have yet again two more duelists who are currently undefeated. There are only a handful of players still left, and it's getting tougher and tougher to keep this undefeated record going. And this round, though, we are gonna have Alessandro against Mario facing off against each other. Slightly different deck list, but the same idea. And that is going back to December 9, when the latest Forbidden and Limited list went into effect. Up until now, one of the main teams of the event has been following up Ryzel and Malice, coming up as the new decks. But we also need to talk a bit about the losers, we could say, of the list, as Tenpai, a deck that made it all the way to the finals of the latest YCS rally, actually got severely hit as both Chundra and Kaimen were limited. Still, this didn't, discourage both of our duelists, as incredibly so here in round 6 we have a Tenpai mirror match, but we got to admit that they, have to be a lot more creative with the way that the deck is piloted, and both have come up with some interesting ideas. From Kashtira cards to Fiendsmiths to Bestials, we are gonna see two very explosive decks playing a lot of different engines. And what do you think of it?
No, I mean, I really like it, and I think mixing up Kashtira, Bestials, Tenpais all together, I think makes sense, and is working out very well for our players. I'm wondering, though, the mirror match, honestly, how it's going to look like. So I'm very curious to see them in action. And although they play different lists, of course.
Absolutely. It could definitely be a mess. We have seen some grindy games. I still think this could be the case, especially if they don't see those Tenpai cards. It's not necessary that, they can easily access them. But if they do, this could be a quick one. Without further ado, our duelists are ready. So let's jump into action here in round 6. And here they are. I'm also wondering whether... Do you actually go second with this deck? Because it seems like it's a going first deck, the way they have built it. But yeah, I think it's more of a going first deck that if it goes second, can still, perform some Tenpai cards. But I would say that Tenpai mostly represents... I don't know if we can even say a fourth of the deck in terms of numbers, maybe a third, but yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still thinking whether in general you opt to go second with the deck, because chances are that if you see the Tenpai cards, you can sell out the game. But still, here Alessandro is playing still some Kashtira cards. We have been seeing him piloting Kashtira over the last year as well, and I think sticking true tradition is the main theme of the day, as we saw also with Diego before in round 1 today. And here also start with the Engraver being discarded, and a very good hand from Alessandro overall. That is what we were mentioning before. If you don't really start with the Tenpai cards, also the deck is accessing both Kashtira, Bestials, and Fiendsmiths, so a lot of good and different, strategies.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting deck with a lot of different engines. We do not see a Bestial, unfortunately, from Mario. And they are both playing the full Fiendsmith package with Paradise as well in it. So I mean, It's an interesting approach for sure.
I'm pretty sure I saw a Nibiru on Mario's
Yeah.
hand.
I think he might even have the impermanence to back it up, which is the, you know, the best possible combo, if we can call it a combo. To pair up the good old rock.
And here with Lacrimas and in the Fiends Made in Paradise, something that we have seen a lot of times. And I'm not super sure, but I think he also holds a Bestial. Not quite sure what that is. But Mario, yeah, has both the Nibiru and a Bestial, which he decided not to activate before on the lorry. So still very patient with that. I think he's just waiting for the right moment. He's just allowing Alessandro to combo off without... Yeah, he has Impermanence, Nibiru, and Magnamut. Yeah.
Wow.
He has them all, but I'm really curious to see because he's being very patient. And
I guess it can make sense because, I mean, Nibiru and Impermanence are not really beaten by much. So you can wait when your opponent tries to enter the end phase to just go for it. And if you play some Tenpai cards, Magnamut alone represents game a lot of the time if it goes unchecked. And seems like Alessandro might try to enter end phase. And Mario is considering his options.
And here we will see the Nibiru, then the Caesar, then he has the Impermanence. So yeah. Oh, he has the Magnamut. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting spot because he's trying to bait out this Caesar most likely.
Yeah, here comes the Nibiru, as mentioned, and yeah, and also has the Impermanence. Wow.
I mean, the order did not matter all that much, but yeah, this still ends up being quite annoying. And this is for sure one of those decks that usually can only play 15 different cards. And that is probably the biggest difference between them, because I believe Alessandro, let me check, is the one who is playing... yeah, he's playing the second copy of the Requiem. While, which you could see here can be a big difference between Mario believing that he's up against, you know, a regular deck playing maybe only the one-off. I'm gonna check a little bit, and it does resolve, so it's gonna banish the Lacrima, activate the effect of Magnamut, does resolve. Do we have a way to keep on going? There is the Birth, plus the Unicorn, which is alright. This is again one of the main differences. While Alessandro is playing a heavier Kashtira engine, Mario is only playing triple Fenrir as a solid monster and extender. And that's it. We enter end phase, and we could grab just straight out of the deck this Genroku if we want. Obviously, you know, phasing off against Fenrir and Unicorn, this is not really ideal anymore. But yeah, I think that changes significantly the course of action. And yeah, indeed, we don't go for the Genroku anymore. And I'm not sure if they know each other's deck, because obviously Magnamut is played by a lot of different decks today. Indeed, Tenpai is revealed to be in the deck of Mario as well, making it this officially a very close mirror match. It's tough. It's definitely a...
A handful of monsters from Mario, it seems. He has another nip.
Yeah, he needs to be careful about the paradises in the graveyard as well. But I don't think there is... Oh, no, okay, there is the Requiem still. So we normal summon. We must keep in mind the field spell. Exactly, I think they are counting the different attributes. Is it 5? I think it is 5, right? Yeah.
Should be 5. Yeah.
That's a lot. I guess we can attack over Ferrir, for example. And then use the Chundra or Crush here. Yeah. Chundra is activated. It can get you the Pydra into the one remaining copy of Kaimen. But actually no, it decides to go and set the field spell. Probably trying to threaten now TK in this turn.
Curious to see now Mario how he decides to go forward with this.
Yeah.
Because still there's a set card for Alessandro, which may be an impermanence, of course.
I think the Nibiru hit Caesar plus Fenrir, right?
Yeah.
So it should be 4200 defense. I mean, obviously ignoring the boost. Right now we have 4 different ones. So we are just gonna declare an additional attack, it seems. And then gonna use the effect to make a level 7 synchro. Which is now gonna allow Mario to bring out the Bident, but also give a chance to Alessandro to use this Fenrir. And yeah, it does. So the Fenrir is activated to banish the Bident. And now we get the Chundra back. Which means, as we haven't used it, we can go into a level 10 synchro. And at the same time, Alessandro still has that Finsmith in Paradise in the graveyard. So this is not obvious. If we go Transcendent, yeah, I think you have to go Transcendent here. Yeah. So you can first attack over the Ferrir, which should be 27. So you push 300. But you cannot quite get rid of the token. Unless you just try to crush and then use the effect to bring it back, but I think he entered main phase 2. Yeah. So now we are in main phase 2. Not quite enough to break this field, but at least he was able to get rid of the Kanshitira monster, and this way the birth cannot disrupt his graveyard.
I think it's Alessandro took the 300 damage, right, from the attack. Not Mario, but here comes the Genroku, and Alessandro allows it. Still wondering what the set card from Alessandro may be, to be fair, but still allowing everything. You could go either way, honestly, this game one, because
Yeah, I mean, it's a very different Tenpai from what we were used. Like Tenpai, the way it was built before, with its consistency, was just try to OTK or that's it. Rely on a seal. Both of these decks are pretty much Finsmith decks that use Tenpai as an additional push, either going first or second, and this is the way it is. So, as you can see here, it's just Mario trying to set up, and then unfortunately, once more today, this Kashtira engine is proving to be so strong at having recursion value.
is that it? Yeah, here Alessandro is just thinking whether to activate the Finsmith in Paradise, and he does.
And now we go to Alessandro, who picks up a card. I mean, this is nothing new, and up until now, Alessandro has not revealed any Tenpai, so it looks as if he is playing the winning deck from YCS Bologna, playing both Kashtira and Finsmith, and just having this recursion effect every single turn. And it's allowing him to just be this ahead. Also, that token is not really laughable, sitting at 5200 damage plus the boost from the field spell. So this could be a quick turn if he navigates it well.
And here I think it's just a matter of calculating how much damage Alessandro has on the field. If that's the case, let's just see. Because I think Mario has another copy of Nibiru in hand, so the only way I can see maybe Alessandro just making a misstep here is just summoning 5 monsters and And yeah, here, as mentioned, I think he just needs to be careful about this, because Mario has nothing else in hand. I think he's just holding an Nibiru plus something else, which we are not aware of.
And yeah, here comes the power of birth, another of those key differences between their builds. I think, yeah, just Alessandro needs to respect maybe this Nibiru that is in the end from Mario. Because I think that's probably the only way that I can see him losing ever this duo. If he completely goes crazy. But I mean, he doesn't really need to do anything more than this. This is enough. Because you force out the Genroku. And then you can use the Fenrir. You got a token that is 50-200, so this is game. Yeah, I think he's just doing some quick math, making sure it's enough, and it's plenty of damage to seal this one out. So yeah, this is probably what Alessandro is triple checking. The effect is activated by Mario, searching out the one copy of Kaimen. Absolutely irrelevant at the moment, since it's his opponent's turn. And I think, yeah, he has seen enough. Picks up his cards, and after a long fought game, it is Alessandro who takes it. And what a refreshing, I think, Tenpai match. Because we didn't really see any Tenpai cards from Alessandro, and that's quite hilarious. Also, because if Mario is not aware, he's not gonna prepare against it at all. And this is a bit of a concern, because although they are having, you know, some very close ideas, there are some very important differences. And once now Mario is gonna approach his side deck, I'm pretty sure he's gonna prepare for just Fiendsmith Kashtira.
I mean, this game one, honestly, I think proved us how consistent the deck is. I mean, we saw the engine of Tenpai being used from Mario. On the other hand, though, we didn't see any from Alessandro. I think something that we have said plenty of time during 2024, how good the Kashtira cards are. Like,
Absolutely.
they make so much difference, honestly, and Defender itself just, you know, does so much by itself, and here I'm really curious to see how Mario's going to deal and approach this game 2, especially after seeing what happened in game 1, because he may have understood what he's up against. And yeah, now honestly it may be also like, do I really want to go first once again, or really want to go second? So
yeah, but I think as compared to the linear Tenpai deck, this is not an easy decision regardless, because it's not like you can expect this deck to set up a single seal. Like, as we could see, he didn't even play a single card that was Tenpai in game 1, and he won convincingly. So I don't know. They are definitely in an interesting spot, but I would be shocked if he didn't go second. So they are drawing their hands. Therefore, let's jump back into action for game 2. And yeah, we start things off right away from Mario, as expecting, going first and opening up his Fenrir. We did mention that he's not playing other Kashtira cards as opposed to his opponent, just 3 copies of Fenrir. Ooh, but that's... Is that really all he's got? Yes, only Ferrier and Shu face downs. This is not the opening he was looking for.
I think neither is Alessandro because he has to Ash, Nib, Phantasmai. I think he declared battle phase just to bluff something. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's
I think he has
triple Ash.
triple Ash Blossom. That's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Triple Ash, Phantasma, Nibiru, and Console. Yeah.
And he passes back. Wow. When we fought Mario, just bricked. I mean, Alessandro showed us what a true brick is, opening triple Ash Blossom. That's unbelievable. And yeah, now those Tenpai cards suddenly become a lot juicier for Mario, who gets a Lurry, which is honestly quite decent. Probably gonna force out the first Ash on this Requiem after the Phantasmai gets to resolve, which is extremely helpful here. And that's, I totally agree with this. You know your opponent bricked, Phantasmai allows them to unbrick, and therefore you just use this Solemn Strike.
Makes a lot of sense. Now it goes for the Requiem. Let's see if Alessandro is going to activate the Ash Blossom or not.
I think you have to.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. No, it's actually okay.
Oh, you had the Fuvalos as well.
Okay. I mean, then it makes sense not to go for it. You really need to unbreak as fast as possible, and even if your opponent is gonna give you this one draw alone, you take it. And yeah, I agree with this. We could just send the Paradise and yeah, just push some damage and not give your opponent any more draws. When you smell some blood, you smell some weakness from Alessandro. Okay, goes for the Engraver. Do we have a Bestial picked up from his opponent? Not quite. So Engraver hits the field. A lot of damage heading towards Alessandro.
Yeah, I think here just enter battle phase, because you also have to be short of an Nibiru.
Yeah, you absolutely don't want to take unnecessary risks. And right now we are on summon number 4. Which on the one hand would be a very awkward ending field. But at least we get to push some damage first. And ask questions later.
Five cards in the end. I think you can consider whether to continue here. It's just, yeah. Goes with the SP.
And pass. So maybe.
No,
So we get a no. This is the draw, yeah, from
yeah.
the Fuvalos. But this could just be a pass, I think. Yeah.
Triple Ash, Nib.
And I think we did pass, but I see more and more entraps, and luckily for Mario, I think Nibiru was picked up afterwards, yeah, because we are using an impermanence on the Fenrir. Do we finally have some engine? We do, And it's a great one for sure in the field spell summoning. And yeah, this is the usual Lacrima line where we set up the Paradise during our opponent's turn. And now he goes to activate the summoning. Still holding those unbelievable 3 copies of Ash Blossom in the end. Plus the Nibiru. Yeah.
Very unfortunate, honestly. Yeah, but here just trying to find his way to come back into this. It's gonna be hard, honestly, because you know, Mario has also an Effect Veiler and a Phantasma in hand.
Yeah, the Veiler doesn't really do anything because we have the summoning, but neither does the Phantasmi if we are just gonna synchro summon and play like a Tenpai deck. And yeah, one of the Ash Blossom can definitely go.
It depends if the last set card is Solemn Strike, for example, but
I guess we special summon the Roku. Yeah, I would guess so. That has to be the case. And yeah, good catch by Mario in ignoring this Genroku and aiming straight for the summoning. Ooh, we did have the Chundra, so... And probably we attempted to enter battle phase and we are met by an Effect Veiler, which, yeah, really sucks if you're Alessandro. Now he's gonna have to think whether to respond in a meaningful way. And it's tough when you're facing off, obviously, against SPM and Ferrier. Blackross. Just when in doubt. But now, let's see. Alessandro picks up his cards.
because he has 3 card remaining and it's 3 Ash, right?
No,
it's
he
2
discarded is 2 Ash, 1 Nibiru. Is it only 3?
I think it's 3.
Thought it was 4, okay. And yeah, this Biden doesn't do much at all. He can just attack, I guess. But he goes to activate the effect on the Shundra. I mean, do you really care? Because you can go and probably use both SP plus Ferrir. Like you use SP now and then in a new chain you use Ferrir to get rid of the Chundra. Okay, or this works as well. Yeah, and I think although he put up a good fight, this might be it for Alessandro in this game. Yeah, passes back. Probably gonna keep on praying that his opponent completely overextends and gets, you know, met by this Nibiru, but I don't really see it. At the same time, damage and time is an issue because there are about 12 minutes remaining. And if, as it looks, Mario is gonna be the winner, then Alessandro goes first, but I don't think he has any way to deal damage. So this could even end in a draw, or we could see him go second. And yeah, that is why I think he understands his position, picks up his cards, and call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, nothing that Alessandro could have done here, and especially after seeing 3 Ash Blossom, the Nib, I mean, not a very good start from him, but yeah, I mean, good show off from Mario. And here we go into game 3, so I'm very curious to see how this will end. I mean, at the end of the day, our players' deck lists are very similar, and they're both playing Solemn Strikes, they're playing Talents. Alessandro's list, on one hand, is playing the Set Rotation, for example, and the Cold by the Grave, which is something that Mario is not playing. So there is still some card difference between our two duelists. And maybe this is something that will make, you know, the difference for this match.
Yeah, just the question is, with what will be close to 10 minutes remaining, can really Alessandro go first, or is he gonna just try and push some damage? Because I don't know if he has enough time to go first, combo, then kind of like stay alive during his opponent's turn, and then get enough time to push. You know, it's a big risk, and yeah, I think he's gonna have to take a very tough decision right here. Regardless, though, I think they have finalized their decks, so they are soon shuffling up for what is the game to crown who will be the winner of round 6, moving on undefeated. So let's jump into action for game 3.
And here they are.
Yeah, just a few more moments as this big decision is gonna have to be made by Alessandro. I think we will see some very fast plays. None of them really want to take the draw at the moment.
But Alessandro let Mario go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Again, the risk is too high that you are really gonna be able to make it. And Mario this time around open up some of these Tenpai cards. Hopefully it's not just gonna be a seal, because the deck has so much more to it than the old Tenpai deck lists. And we see a Veiler, okay.
Oh, and here we see the
So,
Regain.
Regain plus Bestial.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, and then it's Magnamut
Wow.
once again from Mario. So he's gonna get a draw from the Regained, and then he's gonna get a search in the end phase. So this is not quite what Alessandro was hoping for.
What a start from Mario, honestly. 2 1-0s in his hand, and the triple tactics talent as
Oof.
well.
Let's take a look. It's a solid end, but nothing too spectacular. And
Yeah, you get rid of the fill spell.
so it's Shundra Engraver Tract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not exactly the best end. Especially when you're gonna be able to search another Bestial of your own. Yeah, this is looking like it could be Mario's game. Yeah, I think he just enters the end phase and go search his deck for Phantasmine. Not quite a bestial. Interesting. Maybe already holding one. Crucial draw from Alessandro. Can he find a way to push some damage?
Very good hand from Mario because he has the Phantasmine plus a Bestial plus Vader. So
Yeah. He does have all that he needs to just stop his opponent in his track. Or in his track. Yeah, I mean, Alessandro rightfully spots that he needs to use the tract before committing to the field, so that bestials cannot be activated. But you can still use the regained to access the Magnamut for next turn, which is so good.
this is the best start by far you can ask for, honestly, with the Regain plus the Magnum mode. You keep basically recycling back and activating its effect and get another one from your deck. This is honestly insane.
Here we're gonna see the Phantasmai come down from Mario. Yeah. As expected. Alessandro asking if chaining will allow the card to resolve, and yes, it does resolve regardless. What's gonna change is just the number of cards drawn, which is essentially gonna be just a Phantasmite drawing one and shuffling nothing, which you take. Solid +1. And yeah, 5 minutes remain, and it's gonna be kinda close. We know Engraver and Chundra are in the end from Alessandro. And then there is one unknown card picked up this turn. Engraver is activated, and here comes the unknown bestial, which is so strong. Do we have a response? We picked up a bell for turn. Great pickup by Alessandro.
Oh. I mean,
yeah, that's big.
Yeah, this is huge, honestly. This is what he was looking for.
Yeah, which, I don't know. I was wondering whether this Phantasmite was that great, because in a way I would have preferred to just, you know, go and search the other bestial, because then you have Boldrake plus Druid Swarm, which is also a solid combo, and I think I would have liked that a lot more from Mario, but it is what it is. He's still in a very comfortable position, and as you can see, he can still bring out the Boldrake with the seal. Yeah, and now there is not much left, because we can use the Engraver from hand, but we have already used the Graveyard effect. Yeah, this doesn't do much. The rest is known, because there is another Engraver, another Tract. That's pretty much it. So yeah. I think Mario's got it. Because outside of time issues, there is no real way for Alessandro with Engraver, Tract, and Chundra in his hands, all of which he cannot use to just do anything. As you can see, the only legal move kinda like left for Alessandro was this Requiem.
Yeah, Alessandro here is just thinking if he has any way to extend this, but it's looking promising for Mario, because with almost 2 minutes remaining on the round, here Alessandro is just trying to survive and stay into this, but
Yeah, and as you can see, the last possible play was this Chundra. It is Veiled. That's about it. Yeah, we can Typhon, but... And yeah, that's it, I think. No more plays. So with very few seconds left, Mario gets to search his deck for a card. Gets to the Fenrir, only has to enter battle phase, potentially. And yeah, does go find an engraver. But yeah, that's about it. So it doesn't really stop Mario from entering battle phase. So he can keep on pushing. And here comes that Druid's Worm. And here is the fist bump in what was a very close match. It is Mario who wins it all. What a showdown between these two interesting decks. And yeah, it was indeed quite different from the Tenpai mirror matches that we saw with the previous Forbidden and Limited list. Seems like both of these duelists had, I want to say, a great idea. Just working out on this concept of Fiendsmith plus Kashtira, but finding yet another way to make the deck possibly better, especially at going second, I want to say, with this inclusion of a Tenpai engine. And both were undefeated, unfortunately clashing against each other. Only one could come out on top. Congratulations to Mario.
no, I mean, I really like the way they approached this deck and combining different strategies. And I mean, Kashtiras everywhere. I mean, we have seen this handfuls of times. And in general, I really feel like playing Bestials and Tempais is, works out pretty well. And there are a lot of different synergies between also the amount of like 15 plus hand traps they're playing and also in the side deck.
Yeah.
And deck is solid, honestly, and it's super scary.
Yep. I definitely liked it. It was one of those that impressed me the most today. And 6-0 score from Mario. So looking pretty good with only 3 rounds remaining to have a chance at the title. So obviously we are gonna wish best of luck to both. Alessandro still 5-1 record, nothing to laugh at. We'll have to win out from here on to even have a chance at making it, and it might not even be enough because the competition is fierce and our duelists are gonna try their best. But without further ado, for this round we are gonna have to skip on the interview as it drag on obviously into time. But thank you guys for being with us. Keep watching and we'll be back soon with round 7.